yoga video with me, Sarah Malcolm. This is going to be to just feel nice, to just feel good in your own body. And this might change every single time you do this flow. You might be inspired to do something different or feel into something different. Trust the energy of where you are today, and if it feels yummier to take things slower or pause, then pause wherever you need to. Just tune in and enjoy it. We're going to start on our backs. Offering to start in Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together, knees out wide. If that feels quite fiery in the hips, you can cross your legs, or, because we're feeling into how we are, maybe it feels even yummier to bring your feet as wide as your mat, soles of the feet down, and then just knock your knees rather together. And you'll have to excuse my creaky floor for this video. Just trust that it's the creaky floor. And then wherever you land, get comfy, get cozy. Allow your shoulders to feel like they can really earth to the ground and your head falls really heavy. And then hands are either on your body somewhere or down by your side. Wherever they are, just notice them. And let that be a sort of real purposeful land of the hands. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. And just start to tune into where you are today. The very essence of your body, physically, mentally and emotionally. And see this practice as just this lovely opportunity to check in constantly. To check in with what feels right, maybe what doesn't. Move into the good stuff, move away from the bad stuff. And that will always change as our body does. Every time we step on the mat is different, right? For now, just land and start to notice your breath without judgment. Just notice where it is today. Is it shallow? Is it deep? And then just start to invite a little more depth to it as you move it down into the belly. Feel like you could smooth your breath out, and with every exhale, let that be a really beautiful invitation to just relax and drop a little deeper to the ground. Nothing to hold on to, no effort, just landing for a moment. And then together we'll take a really big inhale through the nose. Then open your mouth, sigh the breath out. Do that again. Let yourself really hear your own breath. Inhale fully. Big sigh out as you exhale. And then if your knees are out wide, use your hands on your thighs to gently close your knees together. Oh, some hip clicks going on. And then just snuggle your legs in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your shins and take a little rock side to side. Yeah, there's my creaky floorboard. See this rock side to side as a sort of self-massage through the back, through the spine. Can you get every little crevice of your back here? Middle, lower, upper. And then we're going to come to happy baby. So either taking your peace fingers around your big toes, or the edges of your feet, or if that doesn't feel quite reachable, you can just hold your ankles and then allow your hips and knees to just get really heavy as you take your feet quite wide. Shoulders and head is really earthy, and all the effort in your face is just dripping down to the ground. No effort in the jaw, nothing clenching, just softening. And then maybe you stay like this. Maybe this feels enough to just arrive into this fullness of breath and this nice big open body. Or feel some inspiration to maybe move a little bit. So you might start to bend one knee as the other leg straightens and moves away from you, and then just take it to the other side. Maybe both legs straighten and bend at the same time. Maybe you rock slightly side to side. With your eyes closed, just really explore this. It doesn't have to look a certain way. Just feel into it. However your movement needs you to arrive, needs you to be present here. Yeah, and then when you feel kind of nice and even on both sides, re-hug your knees in towards your chest. And we're going to start to take a rock and roll up and down the spine now. And this might start really subtly through the body. You might start even smaller than I just went. But let momentum just start to build a little bit. Again, feel this sort of self-massage on either edges of the spine. And then maybe you find a place to hover in Navasana boat pose and then re-release if you're feeling wild. let so much momentum and energy build until we eventually can come all the way up to stand on the top of our mat. You can use your hands or not if you're feeling, again, quite wild today. And then just find yourself into a Tadasana. So if you helped yourself up, that is so fine. Let your feet be hip-width distance apart and just glance down at your feet. Spread your toes wide. Have some softness to your knees, almost like you're floating on water here. And then just take a big roll of your shoulders down your spine. Maybe you need to move through a couple of those just to settle and center. And then eventually, let your palms face forward, fingertips spread wide. Feel as though you've got this sort of water-like sensation dripping down your arms, and all that effort of the water just comes down through your fingertips. Close your eyes and just re-land in your breath. In and out through the nose. Notice the journey that your breath goes on in the body and out again. And then really feel how your weight is distributing through your feet. Start to very gently and slowly rock forward and back on your feet. All the way into your toes and then your heels. Notice if any tension has crept up through the body, even the jaw maybe. Keep the face nice and soft, eyes closed. Yeah, and then maybe this gets a little bigger and you get a little bit more daring as you lift the toes when your weight comes back, and maybe your heels lift as the weight comes forward. Feel into subtle qualities as your weight distributes through the feet differently. Let your breath stay slow and smooth. And then find center through the feet, whatever that is for you. And start to take these rocks side to side now. Everything is really soft and supple. Letting the weight just really move on the ground, the weight of the body, explore the ground underneath your feet. Maybe this gets a little bigger and you might even start to bend into one knee and then the other. If you feel inspired to move any other part of the body here, then do. Again, it doesn't have to look a certain way. Just free movement. Take this time to just explore what might want to move around. And again, every day is different. So maybe stillness is calling your name a little more today. Maybe you're really inspired to go big. Maybe you do something that I can't even comprehend. And then eventually just find center again on the feet. Press down through your feet. Have a slight tuck of your tailbone as you lift up through the line of the front body. And then as we inhale, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Just feel this energy rising up. As you exhale, draw your hands down together in prayer in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Let your thumbs connect with your chest, your sternum. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. Feel the presence of your breath here. Full inhale. Full exhale. And as you inhale, re-rise up through the arms. Maybe your eyes open now as you gaze up to your thumbs. And then exhale, bend through your knees a little, start to hinge from your hips as you fold the body forward and come all the way down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Feet are still spreading wide, and then just start to explore some space from your hips here, taking a little sway side to side. Maybe you use your hands to almost trace the ground underneath you, or an option to take hold of opposite elbows. Wherever you go, let your head hang really heavy. Draw your chin towards your chest. Feel again like this effort is just melting off your head, like dripping like water off your head. And then if you've got hold of opposite elbows, just release your hands. On an inhale, ripple your chest, your belly halfway. Trace your hands up towards your thighs. Draw in through your navel. Draw elbows back and then exhale, refold. Surrender back down. Take that twice more. Inhale, find a ripple up. Hands to thighs, draw belly in. Exhale, refold. One more time. Use your breath. Inhale to rise you and ripple. Let your heart and head feel like it can really reach forward. And then exhale, fold. Hands plant down on your mat. We're going to step ourselves back to a downward facing dog. Spread wide into your hands, fingertips are really earthing, and then just really allow your weight to come all the way towards your heels as your head gets heavy. Now from here, maybe it feels really yummy to explore movement, or Maybe stillness is actually exactly where you need to be. So we're either in stillness, letting our weight come in towards the heels, head is heavy, or we start to pedal out through the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Letting your breath, again, just smooth out. See this as a really great invitation to just reset and re-land into the breath. Maybe where do you need more energy? Where do you need more softening? Jaw is melting. And then on an inhale together, we'll come really high onto the balls of the feet, and the heels nice and high. As we exhale, melt the heels down to the ground, maybe a little bend in the knees. Do that again. Inhale, come high onto the balls of your feet, heels high. Exhale, melt your heels down. Inhale, come high. This time, use your height to ripple your spine forward and come into a high plank position. On the exhale, lower your knees down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, just tuck your tailbone a little underneath you. And then shine your heart space forward, like you could lift up the front line of your body and just grow it a little bit. On exhale, elbows squeeze in, start to lower the body down, thighs, belly, and chest. Come all the way down, press into the tops of your feet so your kneecaps lift. Squeeze your glutes a little bit, and as you inhale, roll your shoulders. Press up to cobra, elbows draw in. Rather than tilting the head all the way back, leave the neck nice and long so the back of the neck is extended. And then exhale, refold. Hands plant. Tuck your toes, lift up through a tabletop, and then lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Soften back into your breath, into the fullness and presence of the body. And then as we inhale, we're going to rise up the right leg, find a three-legged dog. On the exhale, round through the spine, step or guide your right foot in between your hands. So it's so fine if you need some encouragement there. Lower down your left knee as you untuck your left toes. And on an inhale, we'll reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling or sky. Come to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, just land the hips into this a little more. Squeeze your left glute a little, and then feel like you create space all the way through the sideways. Take a full breath in, reach up. On the exhale, start to draw your hips back as you straighten your right leg. Flex your right toes towards your face and fold in here. Chin to chest. We take that movement twice more. So as we inhale, padding back through the right foot, bending the right knee, arms reach all the way up overhead. Exhale, hips travel back. Length through the right leg, toes to face. Completely up to you how much pressure you press down through the right heel. One more time, inhale to rise. And then exhale, thread it back. This time stay for a little longer and just really feel the breath through the spine. So on an inhale, let there be a slight ripple up through the spine to lift your heart space. Gaze comes slightly forward. And on the exhale, melt over. Jaw is soft. Re-pad in towards your right foot. Hands frame it and then tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. We're going to step the left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. Inhale, find a ripple halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, belly draws in. This time hands can stay on the ground, come to shins or thighs. And then exhale, refold. Press down through your feet. Keep a bend in the knees as you slowly roll up through the spine, bone by bone. You can move way slower than me. And then when you rise, just let your shoulders roll down your spine. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Find this full reach, energy through the fingertips. And on the exhale, we take it straight back down. Hinge from the hips. Fold forward into an Uttanasana forward fold. Inhale, find a ripple halfway. Again, hands can stay on the ground. Come to shins or thighs. Draw in the belly. And on the exhale, fold, release. Plant your hands down now. We're going to step back to a high plank. Hands are spread wide underneath your shoulders. Let your fingertips press down a little more so the knuckles of your fingers can lift up. And then really draw your front body in towards your back body as you press the ground away, dome the shoulders. Full breath in. On the exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes. Lower all the way down as our elbows bend, we come all the way to the floor. Again, press into the tops of the feet, kneecaps lift, roll your shoulders, inhale, rise through cobra. Think length in the heart space rather than trying to lift all the way up. And then exhale, re-release. Tuck toes, rise up through tabletop. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Re-land. If movement calls your name, journey into that. Otherwise, maybe stillness is just exactly where you need to be. Together, we'll find an inhale to reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. There's energy in the left foot. And on the exhale, rounding through the spine, step left foot in between the hands. Ground down your right knee and tuck your right toes. Inhale, we reach the arms up overhead. Find this lift as you press the ground away through the legs. And exhale, just land this in Anjaneyasana. Activate through your glutes a little bit so you're not just sort of dumping the body here. Inhale, find a reach up. And on the exhale, start to journey your hips back. Straightening the left leg, flex your left toes towards your face. Fold in. Twice more like that. Maybe you close your eyes and just really explore that. Inhale to rise up. Yeah, on the exhale, hips travel back, toes towards the face, fold in. One more, inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, hips travel back, fold the body. This time stay for an extra breath. On an inhale, feel like you could ripple your heart space forward, and the exhale just folds you in. Re-pad in towards your left foot, hands frame it as you tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Step your right foot to the top of your mat to meet your left. And on an inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold the body back down. This time, press down through the feet, let your arms reach all the way up overhead as you inhale to rise and stand. Exhale, hands draw down through heart center in prayer. Close your eyes, let your thumbs connect to your chest once more, and then just let the body again land here. Maybe you take a slight rock side to side or forward and back, or maybe circles through the feet. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat behind your hands a little more now. Just the presence of body. Notice your breath. And then together we inhale, reach the arms out wide and then up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips, come all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale to find a halfway lift, draw the belly in. Exhale, folding over, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Press the ground away, take a full breath in. On your exhale now, either lower back down to the knees like we did before, or shift your weight forward, shoulders past the wrists. Exhale, we lower halfway down, elbows squeeze in, we're in Chaturanga. Inhale, tuck the toes as your knees stay off the ground. Press the ground away, lift up through the chest, upward facing dog, or in our cobra. And exhale, rounding through the spine, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Head is heavy. Draw in through your ribs, take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, rise up through your right leg. Find three-legged dog again. This time, bend your right knee. Draw your right heel towards your bum as you stack and open your hips. Notice if you've collapsed into one shoulder. Press evenly through both hands. Take a full breath in, re-straighten your right leg. And as you exhale now, round through the spine. Step or guide your right foot in between your hands. We come back where we were before. Lower your left knee down. Untuck your left toes, and as you inhale, just rise, reach up, Anjaneyasana. On your exhale, we're going to start to twist towards the right. Let your right arm reach back as your left arm reaches forward. Now keep this activity in the left foot. Let that press down and squeeze your inner thighs together. On an inhale, maybe you just extend through the arms a little more. Exhale, offering to just stay with this, or right hand can come down the left leg, either on the calf or the back of the left thigh, reaching your left arm up overhead. Full breath in. And on the exhale, cartwheel your hands back down to frame your right foot. Start to draw the right hip back again as you straighten your right leg, toes to face. Now take your left hand a little wider than your mat, out towards the left. Start to reach up and back through the right arm as you twist through the body into revolved Hanuman. Keep broadening out through the fingertips. Maybe you smile a little bit, if you can bear it. See how that ripples through the body. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, release. Let your hands come to the inside edge of your right foot as you bend your right knee. Tuck your left toes and lift your left knee. And we're going to start to walk round to a Skandasana. So padding round to the left side of the mat, turning your left foot round, bend into the left knee as you lunge all the way down. Now your left heel can really be high here, so fine as it is. But flex your right foot a lot and really feel that straightening, that lengthening the right leg. If this feels super intense, just pause here and stick with this. Otherwise, maybe you've got some wiggle room to let your left heel come down. Option to stay, hands on the ground. Or we're going to take our left hand wide. As you inhale, peel up through the right arm. Just find a nice big open twist through the body. And on the exhale, right hand comes all the way back down. We're shifting back round to frame our right foot. Pivot on the ball of your left foot, squeeze your inner thighs, and as we inhale, we're going to rise up and come to a high lunge. Just reach all the way up. On the exhale, ground down your left heel, open your hips wide, and come to warrior two. And just land into this, pressing down through the feet. Let there be this sort of drawing in of the legs. So rather than just letting the body be here, be collapsing a little bit, find this drawing in to lift you up. Front knee is over your front ankle, and then just soften out through the shoulders. Maybe you flutter the arms a little bit. Land in the presence of your breath, full inhale, full exhale. Inhale, flip your front palm, reach forward, and as you exhale, take it all the way up and over, come to a reverse warrior. Left arm is gliding down the left leg as your right arm reaches all the way up overhead. Keep the legs exactly how they were in warrior two, keep the bend in the right knee. On an inhale, we re-rise, warrior two. And now exhale, come to extended side angle, right forearm, right thigh. Left fingertips reach down, forward, and then spiral open through the left shoulder. Actively press your right forearm into your right thigh, so we're not just dumping the weight here. There's activity drawing up through the right side waist, both side waist. And then let your heart space almost dial round. Now if this feels like enough, stick with this. Just breathe. It's strong. Otherwise, the back of your left hand is going to come to your lower back. Maybe that's enough as you roll the left shoulder, gaze comes up. Or your right arm can come underneath your right leg as you find your left hand and take a bind. It's going to be helpful, rather than sticking your bum out, which is quite hard to reach, to tuck your tailbone underneath and let your heart space reach forward and then up towards the ceiling. Stay with me. Take a breath in, full breath out. And on the inhale, we rise back up. Release the grip of the hands. Straighten both legs and start to turn your right toes in now. Coming to a wide leg forward fold. Reach arms all the way up overhead as you press down through the feet. And on the exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips. Hands draw down through heart center. Pour the body over. Release the head. Draw the chin towards the chest. Take an inhale straight away. Just find a little ripple through the spine. And on your exhale, fold in. Now left hand is going to come underneath your face. And as you inhale, peel up through the right arm. Take a nice big twist. Just breathe into it. On your exhale, right hand comes down. We take it to the other side. Explore this movement through the body. Inhale to reach up through the left arm. Exhale, release. Left hand comes down. Start to slowly just turn yourself around to frame your right foot. Pivoting on the ball of the left foot, we're going to come to a standing splits at the top of the mat. So weight pulls into the right. Start to lift your left leg all the way up behind you. Now, I have a massive tendency to want to open my hip here. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep pressing our left foot back and flex our left foot. Take an inhale and find a ripple again halfway through the belly and heart. And as you exhale, just fold a little deeper into this. Now, you might stay here with both hands on the ground. This is strong. Or right hand can come to your right calf or right leg. Keep extending back through the left foot. Take a full breath in. And then on the exhale, left foot just lands next to your right in a forward fold. Absorb this, just feel the echo of that through the body. On an inhale, take a ripple halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, belly draws in. Exhale, fold. Press down through the feet as you reach the arms all the way up overhead. Rise. And exhale, we take it straight back down. Hinge from the hips. Your choice how you explore to get down there. Inhale, find a ripple halfway, lengthen. And on the exhale, fold. Hands plant. You can step, hop, jump, float, however you're feeling, into find a vinyasa, a flow, or if you'd rather, we come straight back, downward facing dog. So whatever you need, if you want to take the knees down, find a flow, or move through Chaturanga, you can. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Hands are spreading wide, head is heavy. Inhale, start to rise up the left leg, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, draw your left heel towards your bum, stack and open your hips. Again, just notice if you've collapsed into probably your right shoulder, if you're a little cheeky like me, or press down. Keep this pressing down through both hands. Inhale, re-straighten your left leg, and on the exhale, round through the spine, step or guide left foot in between the hands. Ground down your right knee, untuck your right toes, we rise, Anjaneyasana, rise the arms. Exhale, we're going to start to twist towards the left this time. Left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. Feel this spiral coming from your belly, then ribs, then heart space. So we're not just glancing back through the head. It's really coming from the middle of our body. Take another breath in. On your exhale, an invitation to stay as you are, or left hand can glide somewhere down the right leg as you reach your right arm up. Full breath in. And on the exhale, both hands cartwheel down, bring them to the inside edge of your left foot. Tuck your right toes as you lift your right knee, padding round to Skandasana on the right side. So coming all the way round to the right leg, turn the toes out as you bend your right knee. This side might feel completely different. So really just honour how you are, rather than any sort of judgment or expectation of the body. Again, the right heel can be up. So fine if it is. If you've got some wiggle room, you might land it. Option to stay here, just softening something. Your right hand can reach out wide, and as you inhale, broaden out through the left arm, find a lovely big reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly left hand comes back down. Pad yourself back round to frame the left foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot, and as we inhale, we rise up, high lunge. On the exhale, drop the back heel open wide, Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Soften in, flutter out through the shoulders, the fingertips. Soften the face. And then inhale, flip your front palm, reach forward. As you exhale, keep the legs where they are. We come to reverse warrior. Right hand just glides down the right leg. Soften through the head. Keep this activity in the feet, and as you inhale, re-rise, Warrior Two. Exhale, we come to extended side angle. Left forearm, left thigh. Right fingertips sweep down like you're painting water. Painting water? Just moving a hand through water. And then rise, roll open through the right shoulder. Again, the energy of the left hand is pressing into the left leg rather than just dumping here. Sorry, left arm, not left hand. And then option again to just stay with this. This might feel more than enough. Otherwise, we're going to explore maybe a half bind or full. Right hand can come to your lower back. This might be enough, just rolling the right shoulder as your gaze comes up. Or left hand comes underneath your left leg as you catch your right hand. Again, just tuck your tailbone underneath you. Give yourself a bit of space here as you reach your heart space forward and then up. Full breath in. Full breath out. Release the bind and inhale, rise back up. Press down through the feet, come to Warrior Two. Exhale, just land this. Straighten both legs. Turn your left toes in. Full breath in, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, hinge from the hips, fold back forward, wide-legged forward fold. Now you have an option to just really stay with this. If you want to just dangle here and enjoy this melting of the body over the legs to the ground, then you can just stay in this stillness. If you feel inspired to move into something I'm not doing, then of course you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to take the same twists again. Either just what we did last time, or if you're feeling like you want a little bit more, the left hand this time is going to come to your right leg, right ankle. And as you inhale, peel up through the right arm, lift through the chest. And on the exhale, just release, we take it to the other side. So maybe your right hand is under your face, or we take it all the way to the left ankle. Inhale, reach up, left arm. Exhale, release. Left hand comes all the way down. Soften in for just a few more moments. Start to journey back round to frame your left foot, pivoting on the ball of your right foot. We come to standing splits on this side. Weight pulls into the left foot as you lift your right leg up, flex your right foot, kick it back. Take an inhale and find a ripple halfway. And as you exhale, fold the body in. Again, hips are turned down towards the ground. You can bring your left hand to the back of your left leg here, left ankle, or both hands just stay on the ground. Soften the head, really let the body fold in. Take another inhale. Exhale, right foot plants next to your left. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Now here, you can either stay down with the hands just grounding, or we're going to come into Padangusthasana. Taking our peace fingers around our big toes. On an inhale, find this ripple up through the belly and spine and heart. And as you exhale, elbows come wide. Fold in a little more. Head gets heavy. Maybe it feels nice to do that one more time. Otherwise, just let the body enjoy this, surrendering over. Feeling all the big stuff just come together as we absorb this forward fold. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, release the clasp of your toes if that's where you were. Inhale, find a little ripple halfway. And on the exhale, hands come down. Now you have one last opportunity to find a flow if that's where you want to be. Otherwise, you can step straight back to downward facing dog, which is actually what I'm going to do. Otherwise, you find a flow. And we'll meet you here in the downward facing dog. Just very softly landing. And then let your knees come out as wide as your mat. Big toes to touch, just come to child's pose. Bum towards your heels. Arms reach forward as you melt your head towards the ground. And with your forehead on the ground, I'm just going to sit up so you can hear me. Take a little rock side to side on your forehead. And let, again, any effort just drip away out of the face. And then breathe a little bigger into your back body, back ribs. With each exhale, this invitation to drop a little deeper. And then as we inhale, we're just going to pat our hands towards us, rise the head and chest. And then nothing crazy, we're just going to swing the legs around to come to a seat. Right leg is going to reach out wide. Bring your left foot to the inside edge of your right leg. Left hand lands behind you. Let your right arm reach up and overhead, reach back. And then press the ground away through your left hand, like you're almost pinging yourself away from the ground. Let that reach your right arm all the way over your right leg as the left arm reaches up and over with it, taking a really lovely side bend, all the way feeling like through the left side of the body. Left hip and left knee and leg are just so heavy. And don't worry if you're just up here. And that's where you're going, where you're reaching. That is wonderful. Absolutely no need to be touching your feet here. Take one more breath in. And then on the exhale, just start to turn your belly down towards your right leg, right thigh. Heart space follows it as you frame your right leg with your hands. Take a breath in, feel a ripple up through the spine. And as you exhale now, just draw the heart space a little further over your right leg. Keep some sort of lift in the chest, so you're not completely rounding in here. If that compromises you going further, then focus more on just this lift. Keep flexing your right foot. Take a breath in. And then exhale, release. On your inhale, rise back up, and we're just going to replant our left hand behind us. Start to roll your weight into your left knee, left shin, as you pick up your hips and just sweep your right arm all the way up and round like a really big, nice circle, and then land your hips back down. That always feels really yummy. Bring your right foot in now. Soles of the feet come together. Hug your heels, your feet, just a little further in towards you. And then wrap your hands around your toes. I think I'm losing words now. Bring your index fingers together. So it's like Kali Mudra here. And then start to just draw up through the front line of your body. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Let your elbows come a little closer in towards you. And then just start to lift up as you inhale. On your exhale, it might be a very slight movement to come forward, and that might be where you go, might be where you stay. Let the invitation of grounding come through your legs, so rather than coming all the way up here, which is maybe where you are, this is strong, I'm particularly opening my hips. But just let each breath, each exhale, drop them a little deeper. If you have got space, you might start to reach your body forward, maybe letting your arms come all the way out long. Wherever you go, have a slight tuck of your chin towards your chest so you feel into the back of your neck a little more. And then just soften. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then inhale, we rise back up, wherever we came from. Left leg is going to reach out long now. Sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh. Right hand comes behind you. Press down into the right hand. Bend your right elbow as you lean your weight all the way back. Reach all the way up overhead through your left hand. And then inhale, rise. And on your exhale, we reach down the left leg. Right arm comes all the way up and over. Nice big side bend. So the heart stays lifted for this. This rotation comes from the belly, then ribs, then heart, then head. But then just soften the head. Rather than keeping this reach, let it be heavy. Right leg, right hip and knee is just super, super grounded. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to just turn the body over the left leg. Hands come to frame it. Take an inhale to find a little lift through the heart. And exhale, fold in. Explore the space of your breath. Feel like you could keep this smoothing sensation as you inhale and exhale. Same length, same depth. One more breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale, rise back up. Right hand comes behind us. Roll your weight onto your right shin, right leg as you sweep your left arm all the way up overhead. Rise the hips, just feel into this. And exhale, re-land. Yeah. Now just let your legs come forward in front of you. Bring the soles of your feet to your mat, knees up. Reach forward, take a breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to start to roll down through the spine. If at any point you want to collapse through this and just sort of fall to the ground, then you can. Otherwise, be slow and graceful. And then come all the way down onto our backs, where we started the practice. Just resist the urge to move for a moment. Let the breath just settle on your back as your spine and head and shoulders meets the earth. Pelvis just gets heavy to the ground. And then the last few offerings, you can either, again, take your feet out wide like the offering was at the beginning and knock your knees together. Or find some movement with this, taking a little windscreen wiper, knees left to right. Or if you'd like to come back to happy baby, feet out wide, knees out wide, either catching your peace fingers around your big toes or the outside edges of your feet, feeling into this. You might take more movement here, like we did at the start. Anything basically that's calling your name, move into it. And then if you're still moving, enjoy it. Eventually, we'll come all the way down to lie on our backs in Shavasana. Now, if you have time, which we all should really make for this, to just be here in your Shavasana and play something lovely for yourself, then pause the video and just enjoy it for however long you need. Otherwise, just for a few moments, letting everything settle. Jaw and face releases. The ground just takes our weight. Completely surrendering ourselves to the earth, to the practice, and just feeling the echo of all the big movements, with breath, fluidity just be felt. And then slowly let some movement come back into the fingertips and toes, just soft wiggles. Maybe you touch your own fingertips and feel the texture of the body. Rolling out through ankles and wrists, and if it feels like it will serve you, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Find a full body stretch here. And however you want to rise, you might roll to one side and just pause there for a moment, or you might just curl yourself all the way up. We'll meet in a cross-legged seat in Sukhasana. Keep your eyes closed for the journey if you can. Just stay in the internal landscape of your own body. And we'll meet here. Hands pressing together in prayer. Palm to palm, feeling warmth behind your hands, between your hands. Take a slight roll of your shoulders as you lift your heart space to your thumbs. Draw belly in. And just thanking ourselves for making this time, for showing up, for moving with breath and love and kindness. Full breath in. Big sigh out. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for flowing with me. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it brought you some ease. If you would like more videos or be in the know about more videos, which I will try and do more of, then you can subscribe to my channel and feel free to share this with anyone who you might think will enjoy it. You can also find me on Instagram at Sarah Max. Lots of love to you all. Stay healthy and happy. Bye!